They never saw it coming. They were expecting a different kind of war, a loud, physical one. They were ready for a public fight, a war of words, a battle of wits. They had their defenses ready, their lies perfectly rehearsed, their army of followers standing by. They were so confident in their own strength, in their magnificent, unassailable fortress of deceit, that they never considered a threat from within. They were so busy fortifying their gates that they never saw you, a single, silent assassin slipping through their minds. They were so sure that they had won the war, that they were completely unprepared for the earthquake you were about to create, a single, precise action that would shake their entire world to its very core. Your action was a whisper, wasn't it? A single, quiet, perfectly timed move that had the force of a nuclear bomb. It was not a grand, dramatic spectacle. It was a cold, calculated act of surgical precision. You didn't make a loud noise. You simply found the one flaw in their magnificent, beautiful facade, and you gave it just enough pressure to make the whole thing implode from the inside out. It was a beautiful, devastating act, one that they will never, ever be able to recover from. They were prepared for a physical blow, a wound they could bandage and show the world. They were not prepared for a pain that had no physical source, a wound that no one else could see, a single, silent, devastating truth that shattered their entire reality. The moment of the aftershock is a masterpiece of psychological torture. They will not understand what has happened. They will frantically run through their mental flowcharts, searching for an external cause for their internal agony. They will look for a reason. They will search for a flaw in their plan, but they will never find it, because the flaw was never in the plan. The flaw was in their arrogance. It was the fundamental miscalculation that you would be a predictable opponent. They were so sure that they were in control, that they were the ones pulling the strings, that they never even considered the possibility that you were the one who was truly in charge. Their entire reality was built on a lie, and you were simply the one who decided to reveal the truth. Their world is now a ruin. The people they trusted will begin to look at them with a quiet, terrified suspicion. The lies they have told will begin to unravel. The facade they have so carefully maintained for so long will begin to crack. They will be baffled by your lack of a physical presence, by the fact that their entire world has been shattered by a force they cannot see, cannot touch, cannot fight. This is a terrifying, magnificent kind of power, isn't it? The power to destroy a person's world without ever touching them. The power to win a war without ever firing a single shot. This is a power that comes from a profound, unassailable understanding of human nature, a power that they will never, ever be able to comprehend. They are now haunted by a ghost they cannot find. They will spend their waking hours frantically trying to rebuild their world, to convince others and themselves that the truth is a lie. They will try to find a reason for their suffering. They will try to blame you, to call you crazy, to label you as a sociopath. Let them. Their words are just the pathetic last gasps of a dying soul, a desperate, frantic attempt to make sense of a reality that you have completely and utterly shattered. You do not have to fight them. You have already won. Your action was the final, devastating blow, and their pathetic struggle is just a testament to their own profound, magnificent defeat. This is the psychological aftermath. They are now a prisoner in their own mind. They are living in a world of mirrors, a world where every reflection shows them a new, terrifying, and completely unexpected version of themselves. They are now a person who is forced to confront their own profound emptiness, their own deep-seated fears, their own terrible, terrible lies. You have not taken their life. You have not taken their material possessions. You have simply taken their peace. You have taken their sense of self. You have taken their joy. And that, my friend, is a power far greater than any physical act of violence. This is an act of cosmic, unfeeling, brutal honesty. Your action was a single, perfectly placed stone. It was a ripple in a perfectly still pond that created a tsunami, a devastating force of nature that washed away their entire world. They were so consumed by their own importance, their own power, their own lies, that they never saw the quiet, insignificant threat that was right under their nose. They were so focused on the big, dramatic gestures that they completely missed the subtle, devastating precision of your moves. They were playing a different game, a game of checkers, while you were playing a game of chess. You were thinking 10 moves ahead, and they were barely thinking of their next one. Their loss is a magnificent, beautiful, and devastating thing to witness. It is a slow, quiet unraveling, a pathetic, frantic struggle to hold on to a reality that no longer exists. They are a person who is now living in a world of ghosts, a world where every face, every voice, every memory is a silent reminder of their own profound, magnificent failure. They are a person who is now haunted by their own creation, a magnificent, terrifying ghost that will follow them for the rest of their lives, a constant, silent reminder of their own pathetic choices. Your power is not in your ability to destroy. It is in your ability to be a catalyst. You are not a force of chaos. You are a force of revelation. You are the one who is willing to look into the darkness of another person's soul and to hold a mirror up to it, to show them who they really are, and to walk away. This is not about hate. This is not about revenge. This is a work of art, a beautiful, devastating testament to the fact that the greatest power in the world is not in what you can take from someone, but in what you can show them about themselves. They were so terrified of the external that they never even considered the internal. And that, my friend, is a beautiful, beautiful thing. They believe their power is absolute. They are the puppet master, the architect, the grand maestro of your existence. They meticulously craft a world where your value is directly tied to their approval, where your peace is dependent on their whims. They weave a narrative of your profound insignificance, making you feel small, weak, and utterly replaceable. They are so consumed by this illusion of control that they have made a fatal miscalculation. They assume that because they have made themselves indispensable to you, that you are, in turn, an eternal and unmoving part of their universe. This is their most profound arrogance. They are so busy pulling your strings that they never even considered that you would simply cut them, not with a flourish, not with a shout, but with a quiet, devastating finality that will leave them completely, utterly baffled. They never imagined a world where they had to pull a string and you were simply no longer there. They will try to create a world where you are isolated. They will subtly, or not so subtly, poison your other relationships, making you feel like they are the only person who truly understands you, the only person who truly sees you for who you are. This is a beautiful, beautiful lie, isn't it? It is a cage they have built with your own love and your own trust. They want you to believe that you have no other options, no other places to go, no other people to turn to. They want you to believe that you are a person with no value outside of their own carefully constructed universe. They are so confident in their masterpiece of manipulation that they have become blind to their own vulnerability. They believe you are a prisoner in their own fortress, but they do not realize that the moment you leave, the walls will cease to exist. At first, you played their game. You responded to their manipulations. You defended yourself against their lies. You gave them your energy and your attention. You were a player on their board, a pawn in their pathetic game, and you gave them exactly what they wanted, a reaction. You let them have the satisfaction of watching you squirm, of watching you fight for a place in a world they had built for themselves. You were so busy arguing with them that you did not realize that their game only exists as long as you are playing it. You were so consumed by their lies that you did not realize that your own reality was the only thing that mattered. You were so busy fighting a war that they had already won that you did not realize that the greatest power of all is not in what you do, but in what you refuse to do. Your vanishing is not an act of weakness. It is an act of profound, magnificent power. It is a quiet, devastating acknowledgement that their game is no longer worth your time, your energy, your attention. You did not give them a final word. You did not give them a final fight. You simply walked away from the board, leaving them alone with their pieces, alone with their pathetic little kingdom of lies. You did not have to make a scene. You did not have to leave a note. You simply disappeared, and in that moment, you took away the very air they needed to breathe. You have taken away their audience, their victim, their opponent, and you have left them with nothing but themselves. The moment they realize you are gone is a moment of pure, unadulterated terror. The phone call that goes unanswered, the text message that receives no response, the empty space where your presence used to be. They will not feel anger. They will not feel a sense of loss. They will feel a chilling coldness, a sudden, terrifying shift in the air that tells them, with a devastating certainty that their world has just been shattered. They will run through their mental flowcharts, searching for a reason, searching for a flaw in their plan, searching for a flaw in their victim, but they will never find it, because the flaw was never in the plan. The flaw was in their arrogance. They never, ever considered the possibility that you were the one who had all the power. They will frantically try to replace you. They will search for a new pawn, a new puppet, a new victim to fill the empty space you have left. They will find someone, won't they? They always do. But they will never be able to replace you. They will never be able to replace the particular brand of chaos and control you provided. The new person will have their own issues, their own fears, their own weaknesses, and they will never be able to fill the void you have left. They will be a living, breathing testament to the fact that you, my friend, were truly, truly irreplaceable. They will be a ghost, a pathetic echo of a power they once held and can never get back. Their world is now a ruin. The people they trusted will begin to look at them with a quiet, terrified suspicion. The lies they have told will begin to unravel. The facade they have so carefully maintained for so long will begin to crack. They will be baffled by your lack of a physical presence, by the fact that their entire world has been shattered by a force they cannot see, cannot touch, cannot fight. This is a terrifying, magnificent kind of power, isn't it? The power to destroy a person's world without ever touching them. The power to win a war without ever firing a single shot. This is a power that comes from a profound, unassailable understanding of human nature, a power that they will never, ever be able to comprehend. This is the psychological aftermath. They are now a prisoner in their own mind. They are living in a world of mirrors, a world where every reflection shows them a new, terrifying, and completely unexpected version of themselves. They are now a person who is forced to confront their own profound emptiness, their own deep-seated fears, their own terrible, terrible lies. You have not taken their life. You have not taken their material possessions. You have simply taken their peace. You have taken their sense of self. You have taken their joy. And that, my friend, is a power far greater than any physical act of violence. This is an act of cosmic, unfeeling, brutal honesty. Your disappearance is a single, perfectly placed stone. It was a ripple in a perfectly still pond that created a tsunami, a devastating force of nature that washed away their entire world. They were so consumed by their own importance, their own power, their own lies, that they never saw the quiet, insignificant threat that was right under their nose. They were so focused on the big, dramatic gestures that they completely missed the subtle, devastating precision of your moves. They were playing a different game, a game of checkers, while you were playing a game of chess. You were thinking 10 moves ahead, and they were barely thinking of their next one. They had you all figured out, didn't they? They had a perfect, neat little box in their mind where you belonged, a simple, predictable space based on their own profound arrogance. They saw your gentle nature as a permanent constraint, your kindness as a fixed and unchangeable part of your character. They believed that your past defined your future, that a person who has always been a hero will never, ever be capable of being a villain. They were so confident in their own judgment, so sure of their own ability to read people that they never, ever considered the possibility that they were wrong. This is the moment their perfect, pathetic little world comes crashing down. Their shock is not a reflection of your action, but a mirror of their own profound, magnificent failure to imagine you capable of it. They saw your patience as passivity, your quiet observation as a sign of your surrender. They believed that your humanity was a set of rules you would always follow, a gentle, predictable leash that would keep you from ever becoming a threat. They never considered that a person who is kind is a person who understands exactly where to be cruel. They never considered that a person who is patient is a person who knows exactly when to act. They were so consumed by their own sense of superiority, so drunk on the power they believed they held over you, that they became blind to your evolution. They were looking for the predictable monster, the one with the loud roars and the visible scars. But you were never that kind of monster. You are a quiet, unfeeling force of nature, a silent, beautiful predator. They were so wrong about that, it will haunt them for the rest of their lives. Their failure to imagine your capability is a direct result of their own pathetic need for control and predictability. They need to believe the world operates on their terms. They need to believe that people are a simple, two-dimensional collection of predictable traits. Your unpredictability, your quiet, devastating refusal to fit into their neat little boxes, is a direct threat to their entire worldview. You are a living, breathing paradox, a beautiful contradiction they cannot comprehend, and in that contradiction lies your ultimate power. They believe they are in control of the game, but they are a puppet, and their strings are tied to a pathetic, naive belief system that you are about to dismantle with a single, magnificent, unfeeling act. Your action itself isn't what's shocking. It's not a grand, theatrical explosion. It's a precise, logical, and often quiet move. The power of it lies in its unexpectedness, not its force. You did not have to make a scene. You did not have to leave a note. You simply did the one thing they never ever believed you would do. It was a single, perfectly placed stone in a perfectly still pond that created a tsunami, a devastating force of nature that washed away their entire world. The shock is a testament to the fact that they were a fool who did not understand the true nature of power. Power is not in the size of the explosion. Power is in the surprise of it. The moment the shock hits them is not a sudden, loud noise. It is a cold, silent realization. The ground falls out from under them as they realize they fundamentally misunderstood you. The world they thought they knew is a lie. The person they thought they knew is a ghost. They will replay the past in their minds, searching for clues, for a sign they missed. They will rationalize, saying it must have been a fluke, that you can't really be like this. But the doubt you've planted will be a silent, corrosive poison that will begin to eat away at their mind, their heart, their soul. They are now a prisoner in a world of mirrors, a world where every reflection shows them a new, terrifying, and completely unexpected version of themselves. You have not just hurt them. You have shattered their sense of self. Their entire identity was built on their ability to judge, to predict, to control others. Your action is a living, breathing proof that they were never in control at all. Their arrogance, their hubris, their profound sense of superiority, it was all a lie. You were the one who had all the power all along. You were the one who was in control of the game. They will not be able to accept this. They will fight against it. They will scream and they will cry. But it will be a futile, pathetic effort. They are a person who is trying to fight a ghost, and a person who is fighting a ghost has already lost. You are a person who is not gloating. You are not a person who is seeking revenge. You are simply a person who has taken a necessary action and is now watching the natural, inevitable consequences unfold. Their shock is not your concern, it is their problem to deal with. Their pain is not your responsibility, it is their own karma. You are a person who has simply shown them the truth, and a person who has seen the truth can never, ever be comfortable again. Their suffering is their own masterpiece, and you are simply the audience. Your capability, now revealed, is a permanent weapon. They can never be comfortable around you again. They will look at you with a quiet, terrified suspicion, and they will know, with a chilling certainty, that you are a force of nature they can never, ever control. Your presence is now a constant, chilling warning. They are a person who is perpetually looking over their shoulder, haunted by a ghost they underestimated. They are a living, breathing testament to the fact that a monster is not a person who is born with a visible scar. A monster is a person who is capable of a quiet, unfeeling act, an act that leaves no evidence but a profound, unassailable sense of terror. They are prisoners of their own limited imagination. You are free because you are not bound by their pathetic rules. Your action wasn't just a move, it was a magnificent, terrifying testament to your freedom and their profound failure to understand the true nature of power. They believed that power was in the control they had over others, but you have shown them that true power is in the control you have over yourself. You are the one who is balanced, who is whole, who is free. You are the one who is in control of your own destiny. They believed in a slow, graceful descent. They were so confident in their position at the head of the table, so arrogant in their illusion of power, that they believed any change in your relationship would be on their terms. They would be the ones to slowly concede, to grudgingly share a sliver of control, to allow for a gradual, controlled shift in the dynamic. They saw it all in their mind's eye, a beautiful, pathetic ballad of give and take, where they were always in command, always the one who dictated the pace. They believed the tables would turn with a gentle, dignified spin, a respectful transfer of power from one hand to the next. They were so convinced of their own magnificence that they never even considered the possibility that you were not interested in turning the table. You were interested in something far more devastating. The moment it happens is not a subtle shift. It is a catastrophic event, a single, brutal, unassailable action. The tables don't turn slowly, they flip all at once, shattering every illusion they had placed on them. The illusion of their control, the illusion of their importance, the illusion of their power over you, all of it comes crashing down in a single, deafening moment of chaos. They are not prepared for this. They are not ready for the sound of shattering glass, the sight of chaos, the cold, unfeeling reality of the floor. There is no time for them to react, no moment for them to regain their composure. They are left in a state of pure, unadulterated shock, a silent, terrifying testament to their own profound, magnificent failure to see you for who you truly are. The wreckage of their illusions is a beautiful, beautiful thing to behold. The pieces of shattered glass that were once their public reputation, the splintered wood that was once their pathetic web of lies, the broken plates that were once their fake, pathetic sense of self-worth. It all lies in a scattered, chaotic ruin on the floor. They are left with nothing. They cannot rebuild it. It was never real to begin with. Their entire existence was a performance, a beautiful, magnificent lie they told themselves and the world. And you were simply the one who decided to end the show. They are now surrounded by the evidence of their own profound and magnificent deceit, a terrifying, magnificent reminder of their own pathetic nature. And then comes the profound psychological silence, the moment of pure, unadulterated shock. They will not feel anger. They will not feel a sense of loss. They will feel a chilling coldness, a sudden, terrifying shift in the air that tells them, with a devastating certainty, that their world has just been shattered. They will run through their mental flowcharts, searching for a reason, searching for a flaw in their plan, searching for a flaw in their victim, but they will never find it, because the flaw was never in the plan. The flaw was in their arrogance. They never ever considered the possibility that you were the one who had all the power all along. You were the one who was in control of the game. You are the architect of this beautiful chaos. You did not do it for revenge. You did it for clarity. You did it because you understood that their game could never be won on their terms. The only way to win was to destroy the board itself. You saw their game for the pathetic lie that it was, and you gave it the ending it deserved. You are not a force of chaos. You are a force of revelation. You are the one who is willing to look at the world and to see it for what it truly is, a brutal, beautiful, magnificent game. And you are a person who is willing to play it with a terrifying kind of clarity. They are left with nothing but a cold, unfeeling reality they are utterly unprepared to face. They are a person who has spent their entire life living in a beautiful, magnificent lie, and you have simply opened their eyes and shown them the truth. The world is not a kind place. People are not always good. Power is not always fair. This is the new world they are forced to live in, a world they are completely unequipped to handle. They will try to find a reason. They will try to blame you. They will try to put the pieces back together, but the pieces are sharp, jagged, and they will only cut them. The power is now in your hands. You hold the pieces of their shattered world. You are the one who gets to decide what happens next. You are the one who gets to build a new world. They are a prisoner of their own pathetic choices, a ghost in a world that no longer exists. And you are the one who is a king. They are a living, breathing testament to their own profound, magnificent defeat. They are a person who is now haunted by their own creation, a magnificent, terrifying ghost that will follow them for the rest of their lives, a constant, silent reminder of their own pathetic choices. Your power is not in what you can build. It is in what you can destroy. True power isn't in what you can control. It's in what you can unleash. You didn't just turn the tables. You ended the game. And that, my friend, is a power far greater than any physical act of violence. You are a person who is not afraid of the chaos, a person who is willing to be the monster in their story, a person who is willing to do what is necessary to survive. And that is a power that they will never, ever be able to comprehend. So let them live in the wreckage. Let them be haunted by the sound of the shattering glass, Let them be a living, breathing testament to their own profound, magnificent failure. You are free. You are whole. You are the one who is in control of your own destiny. You are a person who has chosen to live in a world of brutal, unvarnished truth. You are the one who is a king, and they, my friend, are the ones who are just a pathetic little lie. The tables didn't turn. They didn't spin. They didn't even move. They were simply flipped, and with them, every illusion they had so carefully, so meticulously, so arrogantly placed upon them. They are now a prisoner of a reality they cannot escape. They are a person who is a victim. You are a person who is a king. And in the end, the only thing that matters is that one of you is a ghost, and the other is free. The ghost is the one who is still living in a world of lies, and the free person is the one who has already won the game.